was against Watford. What do you remember about that day?
Oh, we got a penalty from the ref, and the linesman said there's no penalty, and that was my first impression from the championship. Yeah, I think we did okay in this game. We played, I think, 80 minutes good first football from my side. Yeah, at the end we lost from a shoot outside of the box. It was a little bit unlucky. Yeah, but the key situation was the situation with the pen for me.
And who would have thought, Danny, that 532 days on Sheffield Wednesday is still waiting for a penalty? I know we've asked you about that a few times in the past, but it's quite remarkable, isn't it?
I think we had now on Tuesday we showed that we can have good finisher from the pen. Yeah. All in all, what should we do? We should try again and again to be in the box, and maybe then it's one day where we get a regular pen in 90 minutes. Yeah, but I'm not surprised, but I must say it was high quality on Tuesday in the shootout.
Was it good practice?
Yeah, I saw all the players believe and finish with convictions, and this is what I want to see. Very brave, and at the end, yeah, it was a little bit unlucky, but even the pen from Liam was not bad. It was a good save from the goalkeeper. Yeah, of course, we want to come through the next round, but I think it was a good performance.
All jokes aside, is there anything that the team could do more of to put them in positions where they might be able to win a penalty? Is there anything analytically that's telling you this is why Wednesday have not had maybe as many pens as some other teams?
I think if you have more touches in the opponent box, then the chance is bigger to get something. If you go in 1-against-1 situation in dribblings, then it's always dangerous for the defender as well. Yeah, but my players are not looking for a smart touch and they go down. I think we want to, we play always with fair play and we try it. Yeah, and I think there were some moments in the past where you can get someone. We didn't, and that's the reason why then we have a long time ago the last one.
You're building momentum, aren't you? You were getting to a place where you can sense that confidence is growing, the performances are good. Are you feeling in a good place with your team? Are the players feeling in a good place at the moment?
Yeah, I must say at the moment it's from my team really outstanding how they bring the tactical things from the meetings immediately to the game, because we have not really time for training. I think this is really good to see that they really follow the match plan, and of course you see the patterns more and more. They recognize more and more the situations, what we have to do when, and this is of course a result from the last weeks. I think when you look just to our away performance now, a draw in Bristol, then 2 wins after 1-0 down, and again now in Brentford to come back after 1-0 down. Hopefully we can keep going this with the away performance, and for me also it's important to see that even we get a conceded goal, that we then not break down. No, we can keep going on our level, we can hold the level, and we can stay with a lot of discipline in the match plan, and I think this is for me a huge step and a good improvement so far. And now we have to work on our home performance. I think last year we were very strong. I think when I look back, last season we had the second away win was at the end of December on Preston. Now we had 7 points so far from away. I think this is good, and now of course we want to improve and we want to get more points at home, and we have the next 2 games a chance to do it.
Is it important for Hillsborough to be rocking, to be at its absolute best? It's felt a bit quiet recently.
Yeah, of course. I think this is always, we want to start our football on the grass, create good energy with chances, ball winning situations, and then the massive fans will come behind us. Yeah, but maybe sometimes it's also good when it goes in a different way. Yeah, the supporters help us to come through some critical moments in the game, and if we do it together, then we know what we have at home. And on Saturday we try it again. I think the next two opponents are strong, top 8 of the table. Good games ahead.
Can I just go back to sort of the tactical meetings you were talking about there? As a manager, what is the key to delivering a good tactical meeting, to get your instructions across with clarity so that the players can understand what you want from them and then implement the plan on a training ground and then on the pitch?
Yeah, I try always to make it not too long, but I must say it's difficult for me. My meetings are 25, 30, 40 minutes sometimes. At the moment it's really a big part in our trainings week. I think it's important that there's a structure also in the meetings, that they know which topics are. Then we go in details. I think this is now also a next step. We know now our basic things are right, our basic patterns, we know what we have to do, and now we really speak in some clips really in the detail about body position and all the small things. And I think this is a good learning from the team. When I arrived, I think it was not always easy for the players to have the focus over 30 minutes, 25 minutes, but now they are used to. I think this is also improvement for the players. And of course we have sometimes I compare the match plan, what we want to do, and what we did in the game, and compare this. Sometimes it's about our principles, what we can improve, and then it's about the 4 phases, with the ball, against the ball, the 2 transition moments, and then of course the set piece is also a big part, but this is normally then a second meeting. We work on it. I think it's really, really helpful to have the team meeting, and then beside of the team meetings we have individual meetings. It depends. Sometimes I speak with the players, the match plan individual in front of the game in the morning. Sometimes it's a feedback talk, and then my assistant coaches take as well players to give them feedback. This is important, and this is maybe a big part and important part at the moment when we cannot train so much on the pitch.
What does it say about the character of the team that when you look at your last few away games, you go behind against Coventry, but you come from behind to win. You go behind against Portsmouth, you come from behind to win. You go behind against a strong Brentford team in the Premier League, you draw the game and could have won it on penalties. What is that telling you about this group?
I think one part is that even we were 1-0 down, that the performance was in the games okay. Not always great, but still a good performance, that we stay in the game. Then the second part is that we were strong enough at the moment, also mentally, that we not drop in all happens. That we really focus what we can do now. And then I think also the halftime at the moment was helpful to make small details and change something. I think it was even now in Brentford, was small details what we changed. In the pressing, sometimes you cannot see it from outside, but when you see then that some distances was in the first half a little bit too big, second half better, and they do it. I think the transfer now from talking meetings to the pitch, and I think we should not forget football is also about pressure. Pressure from outside, a big expectation, a big demanding, the fans are there. I think against Brentford you saw there are quick decision makings, you have to make quick decisions, we have a lot of pressure, and I think this is also good and helpful, and this is what we also try in the training, to work in small areas with a lot of pressure, where you have to make quick decisions, and I think it goes in the right direction. I think since really QPR game now all the results are very close. Even we lose, it's a good step, but it's always about the performance. And I think even in Brentford, I said before to my team at first, I want to see a good performance, and then we will see what we get. And I think we were very close to get all.
Couple of final questions. With the injuries to people like Akinfenwa, do you just have to crack on? if you're going to do anything, do you have to wait till January, or is there any chance of having a look at somebody coming and training with you? Just seeing what's out there in the free agent market. I know it's difficult at this time because players might not be where you want them to be physically, tactically, stuff like that. But do you keep an eye on that? Are you keeping an eye on that market?
No, I must say, after Tuesday, I have two more options. Yeah, we played with Max in the center half position. He did well, and we played with Gap. And I think this is a good sign that you see that also other players can fill this position. Yeah, it's really a shame for Akin. It's hard for him. I feel with him. We feel with him. But I think that Tuesday gives me again two more options, and I think this is at the moment really a big strength of the squad. When you see you start with three different guys in front, then they play 60 minutes, give everything, then you bring 30 minutes the next three guys, and you have not the feeling that you drop down now. At the moment you can make impact with these players, and it doesn't matter who. Everybody understand the game, of course. Decision making sometimes is individual. There we have still space to improve, but I think we have at the moment a strong core, and this is fantastic to see. Everybody knows what we have to do, what we want to do, and it makes easier also for the players to come in.
Finally, Chris Powell received his MBE this week, and when I walked into the office today, there was a newspaper open, and the centre page spread was a picture of Chris Powell holding up his award. It's quite an honour in this country to receive an MBE. What is it like having somebody like that who has achieved so much, has got so much respect within the English game as part of a staff that clearly is adding a lot to what you want to achieve at Sheffield Wednesday?
Yeah, of course. At first, it was a big congratulation for him. It's a pleasure to have him here. I think he has a lot of things also off the pitch, and you know this in the football side. I said this before. You have the one part is on the pitch, but even the culture of the pitch is important. And then, of course, he's a role model. What he are doing with all the things, and I think. Sheffield Wednesday is a good address at the moment. Also in this part, we want to create something. We want to have a high performance culture, and all the small steps is not just about talking. It's also about doing. And if you have the people around, then you can create a good environment. And I think this is what he did in the past. This is why he's here, and we help me here a lot, and I think I'm happy with my coaches general who they support me.
Thanks for your time, Danny. The very best of luck.
Thank you, Rob. See you soon. Bye bye.
Danny, good afternoon.
Hey, Alex. How was the night? You sleep well? You sleep well?
Yeah, just about. Yeah.
It's hard, yeah. To have a lot of 2 away games in a row, 2 times. 4 o'clock in the morning at home, of course.
Yeah, well, I actually stayed over, but I didn't close the laptop till about 2-3, so it still wasn't an early night. But a better night's sleep that I get at home with the toddler anyway.
Good.
I wanted to ask about Icky. How's he getting on? What's the time scale there?
Yeah, Icky looks good. I think he will make the next step now. He got treatments, now it's about to make the next step on the grass. But it goes forward. I think this is a good sign. Yeah, we know we need him. You see now after the injury from Akin that it's important to have soon him back. And we know the schedule in November and December. It's not even less than now.
Is he one that you're looking at potentially being back before the break, or?
It depends from day to day. Yeah, he's now out since 3 weeks. Then with the games and not so much training, and then you have to. I said this before. Always the international break. It's unhelpful, and then you have to decide if you take him before or not. Now we look day by day. It looks better and better. I think the next step is then on the grass, and then I think this is a little bit the moment where we can see really how quick it goes now or not.
You touched on it when we were talking about the selection of Max on Tuesday night, and the importance of having a in an ideal world, a left-footed player there. I've had a crack at it in one of my pieces, but you'll be able to explain a lot better. What are the advantages of having a natural left footer in that position?
Yeah, at first I must say the relationship between Max and Marwan was great. Yeah, it was the first time that they played together in this situation. It was good to see. With a left foot, you have different angles and building up. I think this is for me the most important point. And Max is calm on the ball. I think he played some good balls also in the past. When we remember the goal against West Brom, when he played the curve pass behind the last line, I think this is helpful. With the right foot, you have as well a good advantage, but this is what we have to understand, which spaces we can then attack with the right foot. Yeah, building up with the left foot, good, helpful, but I think also even top teams has sometimes on the left side a right foot, and for me it's more about that we have more players now that can play in the back three, because then you have also the chance maybe as you have a left foot, for example Max on this side, and then you can use him as a left fullback, yeah, and then you play hybrid. And I think this is always good when you have now on both sides on the center half position this opportunity to switching during the game, the position.
Yeah, interesting. Speaking of Max, there's a segue there. I know you're probably going to say that there's 2 games in between and the focus is all there, but the derby is coming over the hill. Are you aware of that? It does feel like there's a tension sort of arising in the city a little bit.
Yeah, hopefully. I think this is a special game, a big game. Maybe it's the biggest game. I think let's look 1 year back. I think nobody expected that we have this derby maybe this season, and now we have it. I think there was United was in the Premier League. We were maybe with 1 leg in the League One, and there was not really where you think, oh, next year is a big game, and now we have it. You feel it, yeah, step by step. I think for us it's now in the next 2 games to have a good situation. That means we take points, yeah, and then we're looking forward. I had some big games in Germany, but what I heard so far will be a big one, and yeah, our fans are waiting for such a big game, and we as well.
My first one too. I'm looking forward to it. You've got 2 home games leading in, and United have 2 away. How much advantage did that? Can you explain that a little bit? Because I think some people sort of look at the conversation around away games, and it's people sat on a plush bus, and it shouldn't make that much of a difference, but I think it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, in this case you have to see it's Tuesday, Sunday, there's a little bit more time, but of course when you have 2 away games, and I take the example now from Portsmouth and Brentford, and you sit 2 times in a row in just 3 days in the coach for 5 hours, 6 hours, and you come 2 times back in the morning, 4, 5 o'clock. Then the sleep rhythm is a little bit destroyed. You need a little bit time. I think this is the difficult one. If you play at home, of course you have no traveling. You can train when you want. Yeah, you can move the training. If you play away, you train most time very early in the morning, that you come not in the rush hour and all the things. This is a point, and I think especially the sleep, you don't forget, when you're away you cannot recover like you would do it in the home stadium. These are the small things when you play so close in a row, away. And we should not forget there's also a side, you have the home crowd. I think this is also a little bit special. Even our massive supporters showed again also on Tuesday what it means to support us, to follow us. I think also a big thank you to our away supporters in the last 2 trips. What they did Friday night, then Tuesday night. This is not normal, but it's great to have our support behind. And we were close to win both games. I think this is what we can give our fans back. But of course, there is a little bit different from the game. We try always to play our style through. But I must say also our structure against Brentford now away, I think it was for me a big step forward. We can really look, and I take me in this situation as well look to our away performance, if it's Southampton or Ipswich. I think that was a bit more adults football what we did, and I think was also for me experience what it's necessary to play strong teams away. And to see then a team who can really do this and bring this on the grass and fill this up with passion, with belief. That was for me grateful, incredible to see. Yeah.
Does it feel like you're still learning, I guess, and picking things up along the way about the league, about the way to do things?
Of course, I'm a new manager. Of course, as assistant coach, I had a lot of experience and different things. But I take also something with me. It's a reflection after every game. I look to my team. I look to me at first. Was the subs right? Was the match run right? All the small things. And for me it was great to see that even we got the conceded goal in an early moment in the game. It was after 10-12 minutes, I think. That we stayed on our principles, and it was good to see even our pressing line in different ways. If you are overplayed, what should we do then? And it was good to see. And I think also second half then we understand more in which area we can play football, in which areas we should overplay. And I think it was also helpful in the second half to create more moments.
I want to ask about Mackenzie Maltby. He's doing good things at Scarborough. Firstly, how much have you been keeping an eye on him?
Always we follow, of course, our lone player. It's I think the same with Bailey. We look at the goals and the minutes. We keep in touch. For example, Neil is speaking with Bailey a lot. I sent him a message and congratulations for goals. All the small things we are doing, for Mecca, I think it's important to have game time. This is in this age the most important key point. And he's doing well. He did well at the moment. I think this is helpful for him. It's great experience. I think this is also learning for me. In Germany, it's not so normal that you have a loan during the season in lower league. This is new for me, but it makes really sense to give the young lads really adult football and professional football in this case. And he's doing well. Good thing for his development, and keep going on this.
Is there a feeling that a loan like this, maybe coming back to Wednesday, we obviously saw the young players do so well on Tuesday, that he's one that can aspire to getting up to that level?
Step by step. I think we saw on Tuesday as well our three young boys. They're doing well. I think Gap, great performance. Sean again. Pierce, we know him. This experience they need. It's not just about training. It's about also playing games and make decisions. And I think for this is a great opportunity to make the next step. And then we will see what is then the next step, and what makes sense and what is maybe necessary to support him for the next step.
You should try and make time to go and see him. Scarborough is a nice spot, fish and chips on the seaside.
Great.
And lastly, we've spoken about the United game there, but first and foremost is Watford. What have you made of them in their analysis, and what do you expect to see from them?
I think they have a great home performance. Their away performance is at the moment also far not the greatest one. It's always a team who have individual players. They can decide the game. Even the home games, when you look back now against Blackburn, the last game, for example, they won this game with a pen. And Blackburn controlled a long time the game. I watched the Middlesbrough game as well at home. Middlesbrough controlled the game, but then 2 moments and they were there. I think this is the dangerous from Watford. They come sometimes from nothing and get something, and for this we have to be aware. We have to be ready for this. Give them not the small chances. and play on front foot in the direction that we create pressure, a good atmosphere in the stadium, a good energy. I think helpful for us to rotate the squad. On Tuesday, you feel in the training now, some players are back, they are fresh, they are hungry, they are lively. This is fantastic. And then we start with a starting 11, and then we know there comes a point, we bring the next players in, and they help us to bring the game home, hopefully.
Good stuff. My prediction is that Wednesday we'll get a penalty on Saturday. I'll put that out there. So, Danny.
Thank you, Alex.
Hi Danny, how are you? Justin here from the Sun. How are you? You all
Hey,
good?
I'm good, thank you. You?
Yeah, not too bad. I've been to your last 2 games, but luckily I live down in the south side. I had to get home at 4 in the morning, so very brutal. But look, Danny, this is for a piece I'm doing for our newspaper on Saturday. You took over just over a year ago now. Obviously the club was in a very difficult position. A lot's changed since then. Can I just ask you, what have you been most pleased with in that period? And have your expectations and the club's expectations changed from last year to now?
Yeah, I think the first thing was that the welcome was very warm from the massive supporters behind us. I think that was a big part last year, that they understand our situation. And I feel immediately very positive. Everybody was looking forward, not looking back in the past. I think there was immediately a little bit also connection between me and the fans. Was helpful. Then I must say my team showed big characters in big crucial moments, even after big defeats. That was important. And the third thing was for me how quick my players adapt and change the direction of playing football, with intensity, with running, with sprint, with good pressing, with transition moments. Of course, and then especially after the second leg, I must say again, we had this conversation after Tuesday with the manager of Brentford. When we look back to stay last year in this league, it's again a big wonder, because it's not just that we stayed in the league, even the point that you have to take the most points ever, or since long time ago. At the end 53. And this season was about, we created a good pre-season, we're building up something, then we had a great start with 2 great games. I think the expectation was, I will not say too high, but you had the feeling some guys means we flying now through the league, but we know championship and also with our group of players, how we played, that takes a little bit more time. And I said this 2-3 times before, it's not just about one transfer window to transform everything immediately. But our expectation is high, my demanding is high. We want to show up, we want to deliver, and I think the last weeks we had a good performance. Consistently we took points. There's still a lot of things to improve, still space to improve, but the direction is at the moment right. And when I see how we play at the moment, that gives me a good feeling for the following games.
Has there been anything that surprised you in that time, and what would you say on a personal level, Danny, you learned most?
I'm not so surprised, but I think how competitive this league is, this is maybe you can't recognize this from outside. You see sometimes the result, but when you then really feel game by game what it means to play a championship game, then it's, I think, different. Every team has the weapons to beat everyone in this league, and especially second leg. You see it then crazy results. Then it's not about position, then it's really about the daily business to take something. I think it was a learning. I learned a lot about my players and the character, what it means to have leaders in the group, to have the right mentality. I think my group here, it's outstanding in case of how open-minded they are for new things, how they are listening, and how quick they follow me. I think this is also important for a manager, that you can convince the players as soon as possible, and it was from day one immediately there.
No, of course, it's a brutal division, the Championship. So many games, they come thick and fast. 24 clubs in the division. They're very different to Germany, of course, because I think in the Bundesliga too, you have 18 clubs, don't you, in the second division? I mean, is the model right? This isn't about complaining about it, the different models, but is there too many games? Should the Championship be less games? And from a coaching point of view, it must be difficult because you don't get time always to prepare properly for matches because obviously you know you're coming back at 4 in the morning and then you've got a game 2 days later.
Yeah, this is the biggest challenge. We have no training. We have a lot of games. I think now when you look to Germany, now normally in Germany it will be start the normal season. Then you have still 34 games to go. Now we have, now I think we have 16, 17 games behind us now. And we in October, I think that showed a lot. And the one thing is, of course, every game is experience for me and my team to be better. The good chance is, or the good thing is, you have always after 3 days the next chance to make it better. But for improvement, for individual development, to work on details all the time, it's not easy. And that was the reason why I pushed really this topic in the summer, to have a good preseason and to have as much as possible players available from the day one. And I think this is now helpful. You see now, even in the first weeks, you need more time. And now, we're in a good way. But really, Championship is a lot of games. And everybody told me about Boxing Days, but when I looked to the sketch in the last weeks back, and I think we had our Boxing Days now again, and we will have it in December again. Yeah, this Championship is a tough one, but it's also an exciting one, interesting one. Great atmosphere in the stadium, good coaches, managers with different styles of football, and you have to be ready every day, every game day, and show again.
I mean, when you took over, you just spoke about connecting with the fans. There was probably a little bit of disconnect between the fans and some parts of the club. You quickly turned that around, and I've been to a few games and some of the matches, the ground's really been bouncing. And I noticed as well, I've been to about a dozen games since you've been in charge, you always make an effort with the Germans even to shake everybody's hand before the press conference. Is this all part of what you do? It's very important about connecting with people, isn't it, and getting everybody on side. Just tell us a little bit about your philosophy and sort of insight into that.
Yeah, I know that you can be successful just together. I think, of course, as a manager, you have an idea what you want to do, how you want to play football on the pitch, but in football it's more just on the pitch, it's also off the pitch. And I think some moments you cannot prepare before. When I look back after the first win at home against Rotterdam, when my song was created, you cannot do this before. And I said always the first moment when I was by the under 21 on Friday night and the supporters turned to me and they start to sing. I think these are the moments where you feel immediately you are in the right place. This is fantastic. And then of course it's about football, how you play football, and the crucial thing, of course, the results. And I must say that was also a big part in the start of when I took over. That even I think we won just one game from 6. Even in this moment, I had never the feeling that the supporters were immediately very critical. They understand the situation and they was hoping. And I try to give the hope back and to turn it to a positive energy, and I think that was a crucial thing, and this, especially the beginning of my career here.
Danny, that song is one of my favourite disco songs. Actually, did you know this song before you came here? And do you ever play it in the car, or even have it as your ringtone? I think it's brilliant.
No, I know this song. I don't know which age the song was created. It was 80s, 70s, 80s. I think in Germany sometimes we have such a 70s, 80 parties. Then you heard such a songs. Of course. But then you will never think about it will be your song. I think, and I must sometimes smile when my kids start to sing the song at home. It's a crazy one. I think this is also not normal that you will get a own song in your first manager step after 6 games or 3 games then. Yeah, and I must say it's always a good sign when the fans or supporters sing this song, then they are happy with our performance. This is great to see, great to hear.
And the very last question from me, obviously 2 home games, Watford and Norwich, above you in the table. They're sort of teams that you'd expect to be challenged for the playoffs. It must be great to go into these sort of games looking up the table, you know, around that area rather than looking down. I mean, I know obviously you always got to be worried about below, but you're looking up, aren't you? And this gives you a good opportunity really to see where you are in the Championship and put yourself into those positions.
Yeah, that's true. I think this is the next 2 games showed, or we can show where we are at the moment, in which direction we can go. We know, in the Championship, when you look to the table, a win means you climb 6-7 positions, a lose, a defeat, it means you drop down again. But of course, the next two games are great opportunities for us. I think both teams showed so far why they are in this position. I agree that I think at the moment the top 8, top 9 teams will fight for the playoffs. But let's see what we can do in the next 2 games. And I think after these 2 games, then we can look a little bit back where we are so far. And then I think we know what happens on Sunday. Lunchtime.
Fantastic. Well, best of luck to you, Danny. Hope to see you again soon.
Thank you. See you soon. Bye bye.